Sorry about that, everybody. Had minor difficulties.
Well, if we didn't even go live in the first place, what are you doing? So just start over.
But this is episode 7, catching up. This is GLW Perimeter. As always, this is Lionel.
This is Ghostblade.
And with Weeklius, he's out on medical. So hopefully he'll be back next week, if the week after.
Hopefully. It's been a rough couple of weeks for the holidays, but as you were saying, hope everyone had a good Christmas and New Year's Eve.
Yes. Because I know we had a good New Year's Eve.
We're not even going to go there.
So,
but what a way to start the new year also. Oh, my God. All this rioting about in the U.S. Capitol, the memes of Trump getting banned from every social media possible now.
Which is funny to see.
It's so funny. Which it still complexes me that why wasn't this done already in the first place? But whatever.
He was pulling in people.
Whatever. He's done. No, I don't ever want to see his face again.
Yeah. We're gonna be basically catching up this week with anime and TV shows. There wasn't really any movies here recently. Like we do want to try and go see Monster Hunter eventually.
I did watch Croods too.
Yeah,
I mean that's something I could throw in there.
Yeah,
towards the end. But most of almost half of, or not half of these. Some of these were just basically more season finales that just keep coming up.
Yeah, season finales, and then our list keeps getting smaller.
Yes,
that's and then today was really depressing because there was like nothing.
There was no new episodes on anything today. That was just like, oh my God, you're kidding me.
It was really depressing.
Like the only thing I can think of is that these are like the breaks that they're going through, but that should have been during the breaks. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could just hop in straight into anime. Which one do you want to talk about first?
We did start. Since we're starting to look at new anime, or this one is called Bofuri. I don't want to get hurt, so I'm just gonna max out my defense. I know. First, if you know this anime, yeah, this one may seem old, but we've been starting to look at some of the old ones that have been recommended or that I looked up, and this one straight up the bat is already funny as hell. Oh my God!
It definitely had that comedy in there.
It is
because like as soon as she hops in, it's not so much I'm gonna do like my moves and my defense with my attack and my stats. It's like she's immediately going straight to defense.
What I like about her, the main character, Maple. That's what she decided to call herself in the New World Online is what it was called.
Yeah.
And immediately when they showed that gear, I was already getting flashbacks of Sword Art Online. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna have another situation like this.
Yeah, and then we also noticed on the first episode, there is like small hints of like Sword Art Online detail to it.
Yeah, there was quite a bit because I mean it's in the same genre of fantasy virtual world, which I like these. I like those kind of animes. They've been popping up pretty good. But what I like about this character so far is that she's just like she does have barely no experience with gaming or MMOs, like, so she's just almost clueless on almost everything there is to it. So the fact that in this first episode it's been going so smoothly for her, and they're just handing everything to her on a superpower. I mean, by the end of the episode, she was already like
strong immunity towards poison.
She was already at level 20 by the end of the episode, and I think that was like the third day she was playing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
It's more funny because it's like instead of attacking the boss monster that she was fighting, she was eating it. That's how she beats it. It's just,
well, no, it came down to that her shield and sword broke just from one hit, and she outlasted the poisoning by using all her potions that she just gained the poison immunity. I'm like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, no. And by the end of the freaking fight, the only thing she could do is freaking eat it. Eat the freaking Hydra. Oh my god.
It was bad.
And not only that, even if she killed it in the most unimaginable way, she probably just got like the most overpowered gear I've ever seen. Is a gear that from the description that it showed is that if this gear gets broken, it just gets stronger and just returns back to normal. So like, what?
Yeah.
So we're already right off the bat just
OP as hell.
Yeah, we're already OP as hell. I'm already excited for this one.
So with this one, we'll probably be watching like 1 or 2 episodes a week after this, just so we could get caught up on this one in particular.
And we'll see if we can, like, this is one of the first ones, so we'll see if we can find any new animes or some old ones that we can watch in the meantime.
Yeah.
Because without some of these, our list keeps getting pretty short. Which speaking of the anime, while I was in the room, I was literally I was thinking about this. I'm like, if this is the result of having max defense in this world, imagine somebody with max offense.
I don't even want to think about it.
I don't want to think about it either, but think about that. And then have them battle. Just what the hell the result would be.
I don't know. I think it would be pretty much even because it's like max defense against max offense.
But then who will win?
I would probably say more defense than offense.
I don't know. I mean, it would depend on the person and the gear they have because the show does show different skills and accessories and different things you can do.
Yeah, so it would definitely be interesting to see how it goes.
All right. Well,
overall,
excited for that one. Can't wait for more. Season finale of The Day I Became a God.
It ended happy.
Of course it did happy. Or else somebody was gonna get slapped if it didn't.
Well, this is true.
Oh man, this basically towards the end it just became a roller coaster of emotions, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it went on the good note. They finished the movie.
They did finish it, which was awesome to see.
Even if her oh my god, I'm already forgetting names. It's been so long. Hina, even if Hina was in the state that she is, for them to be able to finish the movie and for our main protagonist to find a career and a future that involves around her is very, I think it's very well earned. Oh my god, it almost got me when they were escorting him to leave, or when they were escorting him to leave the facility, and she actually started like remembering the people that she remembers most.
Yeah, that was definitely like, I don't know, like heart touching.
Not a lot of anime where it gets you in the hearts.
But I don't know. I feel like it could go into a season 2.
Honestly, I think that was series finale, dude.
I think it is.
I'm gonna be straight out. If there is a manga that's still going, there is, but I think that was series finale. If some of you who are watching now know about it, then please let us know. But I think that was just it. Just one simple story. Would I like to see more? Yeah, of course I would like to see more. I would like to see more of all these animes, especially the ones that don't even have a season 2 yet. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna go.
We need to bring those in before we bring in anything else. To be honest, because a lot of them do deserve season 2s that we never get to see.
That's a discussion for another day, or we'll be here forever. So, with that out of the way, we finally, season 2 of the Quintuplets. I have been waiting for this one for a while. You, sir, definitely need to now that I got you hooked up on it.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know.
You must watch it. It is so damn funny. Like, and already straight up the bat. straight up the bat, this is so it's funny. I like how we're starting to get more of the idea or background of our main protagonists, and of who. Now we're starting to get into we're getting closer to who the bride to be will be, because this has been kind of like the cornerstone of this series about who will end up with him. And now that we're having flashbacks of his history as a kid, and who he met one of the quintuplets. Now he's going to want to figure out who it was that he met. So that's something that's going to be another roller coaster. Going to go through each one.
Yeah, eventually I'll get caught up to where I can actually talk about this one with you.
Yes, so and then
because at the moment I've only seen episode 1 of season 2. So
yeah, I may have to recap if he's going to do that. I might as well have to recap season 1 just to get a better idea. We can talk about it better. But definitely, you guys watch Quintuplets. It's very good, very damn good. Oh man! Next on the list, Boruto.
It was so good.
I mean, it's starting to definitely. I've noticed it is starting to get finally into the Kiwake arc. I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Victor character is starting to annoy me. That's really what I just want to. I'm
surprised he's even alive.
I don't even know anymore about him, but he's just starting to piss me off at this point. But the episodes we watched was basically now we're starting to focus more on about this vessel that the Kara organization keeps mentioning, and I think this vessel is Kiwaki himself, the one in the opening.
I feel like it could be him, or it could be something even more than that.
Could it be something else? Maybe, but I'm like 95% sure that it's starting to look like it's Kiwake.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically about the vessel of Victor still trying to get to the vessel, because he just wants to replace his whole body, and he wants the idea of immortality still be a thing. And then the other episode was about
Hinata's birthday.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, a bit. About Hinata's birthday, and now oh my god, I say now Boruto trying to find a gift for her, and then he just meets up with Mugino, who's friends with Konohamaru, and he gives us his backstory about how he almost killed the third Hokage. Oh my god, it was actually cool seeing third Hokage again.
It was cool to see him. It was actually kind of cool to see who this guy was, because it was just kind of like, oh, now he's here, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, he almost tried to assassinate the third Hokage. Oh my god.
He actually almost succeeded, basically. But
it was
a show.
He almost did, but I mean, the third Hokage already knew. It's like straight from the beginning. I'm like, oh my god, you were sent here to kill me, okay. But he I like how he was smart, because he already knew like the situation, and he let him stab him, pretending that he got him. But while he was being stabbed, like he freaking already apprehended the freaking actual assassins that were holding him back, Mugino back, which was freaking amazing. I think what made it sad is the realization that was also the time period of like almost a little bit before he had to sacrifice himself for Orochimaru and his invasion of the village.
Yeah, because he was at a camp full of refugees.
Yeah, and then at the end of the episode, or almost at the end of the episode, it showed his funeral, and then Konohamaru's sadness and how he had to be there for him.
Yeah, and then him and Boruto kind of, I guess, starts kind of like becoming like better friends.
Boruto got a better understanding of Mugino. Mugino showed a bit of his more human side that he didn't really show when they were all in the mission.
Yeah.
Which is very good to see. Hopefully in this next episode will be Konohamaru and Mugino. They're going straight to the the report about the blimp crashing, so they'll go straight to the vessel and see what that's about.
Yeah, and then on the episode right before the last one, we also finally got to see another member or the organization's face, that chick.
Yeah, that's right. Honestly, already forgot about her because to me, she wasn't important at the moment, but
yeah.
I know she probably will be later on. When we get to see more of her, then I'm pretty sure she'll be more relevant. But that's all for that vote. So,
let's do God of High School next.
God, hush. We've already watched all this, but us not knowing about things, here's what happened. Like, oh my God, when did this thing even end? Like last year we finished this? No.
Yeah, it was last year.
Was it last? Yeah, it was last year.
It was like
during
October, November is when it ended.
Of 2020? No. We weren't even watching this show by then. I think it was in 2019, dude.
I don't fully remember. I know it was like one of those two.
It was definitely before. It had to be. It had to be before summer because I remember like not seeing about this for a very, very long time now. But we made the mistake that we only watched 12 episodes, and then for the longest time we didn't even realize that there was the actual season finale, 13th episode we watched last week. So we made that little screw up. But overall, I liked the show.
It was actually really good because
it did get a little annoying and a bit confusing at the beginning because there was just so much going on, and then all this constant talk about the gods. Basically, they call them something else, but they're basically gods. The gods mythology of Japan and China or Asian culture.
The only thing that annoyed me about that, though, was that there was just this, like, no explaining until, like, almost towards the end.
Yeah, basically.
Because it's, like, some of them are actually gods, and then, like, some of them were, like, borrowing the power of the gods.
Most of them had, like, a power of gods, basically. Like, one of them had, like powers of a shark, and he just rips his enemies apart, like, literally rips them apart. One of them had like a Grim Reaper kind of sight looking thing. It's gosh, I should have wrote down what they were actually called. Like they're not like they're gods, but like they had a name. I'm already forgetting what they were called.
It was so long ago, dude. But besides all that, it's like if you like an anime with martial arts, this is definitely one of those.
Yeah, this is definitely a good watch.
And then it's like the opening was actually pretty cool. I actually enjoyed the opening.
Yeah, if I can barely remember it.
It kind of had that like techno music design to it.
Oh, you're talking about the opening.
Opening.
I think you're talking about the very first episode. No. Well, yeah, no, the opening song and intro. Yeah, no, that was good. Like, it's rare to hear or see techno being used in anime.
Yeah, the overall anime, it's just like the story that it was coming up to was great. The ending was just mind-blowing for the last fight.
Yeah, now it was throwing into interesting idea about what his grandpa was talking about.
Yeah.
What he said towards the end, stronger to defeat me. So it now goes to show it's now racing through my mind. I'm like, oh my God, is he have to fight his own grandpa? The one who literally he idolizes his entire life towards.
I feel like if there's going to be a reason to prove a point, then probably. But I guess we would have to wait until there's a season.
I feel like his grandpa is going to be like a test of obstacle that he's going to definitely have to climb over.
Yeah.
So like it's going to be something similar. Like if you can't defeat me, then you will never get stronger or move on with life. I think that's what it's going to go towards.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I just can't wait until season 2 on that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be because I don't think they've been I don't think they've talked about anything recent now that I remember.
It seems like they're doing that a lot with a lot of animes at the moment, especially with all this going on.
Yeah, with all this going on, everything is still getting delayed and whatnot. One can hope. So next, what do you want to do?
Well, you do Nobilis.
Nobilis?
Yeah, and save Digimon and Attack on
Yeah,
Titan.
Nobilis, another season finale. Oh man, I don't think I'll never get tired. I'll never get tired of saying that at this point.
This one was actually pretty good also because
this was basically
it was like two lords basically.
Well, yeah, well, no. Besides the two, well, Raziel's now Lord.
Well,
this is basically the battle for Raziel's innocence, and just to get all that sorted out. The Lucadonia arc is basically what I just came up with, because this is basically just proving Raziel's innocence and proving to the Lord that he was innocent, and finally actually getting some closure about her father's death, about her previous Lord.
Yeah.
And the fact that the sword Ragnarok was split into two. I didn't even know. I thought it was just one Ragnarok.
Well, I was thinking that too, because it's just like you would have one Ragnarok and then you would probably have like another one named something else.
Did they ever show? No, they never showed only showing two Ragnarok, right?
No.
Yeah, no, they never showed two. So
well, they never even really showed one.
So that was basically
the Lord actually pulled hers out.
So that was like literally the first time it was even mentioned. Then yeah,
because like when the two swords fuse, it's like
now it's complete.
Her father, the original Lord, came out, gave out his whole message, and then the sword fused back together to one sword, which was basically hers.
Yep. Now the sword is complete. Raziel is innocent, and good battle between him and the clan leaders, even though they didn't really put up much of a fight.
No, but it was basically showing his level of skill too, because it's like he's basically a lord, if not surpassed.
Yeah, and the only way the Lord, she was able to, like, once she can truly master the Lord's power is when she can match him in strength. And he even mentioned she can actually surpass him, if she really wanted to.
But that would be an interesting thing to see if there is a season 2 for this one also.
Oh, I bet there is. I mean, we're just going to go back to normal high school life for the gang, and probably more wacky adventures is what is going to happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't even doubt if there's like the points of like the high school's like break points if he like trains her.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because it's like now they're both kind of like on the same page. They like each, like she's not too mad at him. It's like there could be stuff like that to where they're going to help out each other for once.
Oh, yes. Definitely good.
That was really about it. But it was a pretty good anime, even though it didn't really seem that good through the trailer.
I'll agree to that. This is why you never judge anything by trailers, people. You might be surprised. Yeah, anything to add to that one? No?
No, other than I would say it's definitely a must-watch, in my opinion. If you like the fantasy of, even though they're called vampires, they're not your typical vampires, but vampires, werewolves, Frankenstein, and stuff like that. Even though it's a different outtake of like the fantasy monsters, it's definitely really good.
You know, they keep mentioning werewolves, and Frankenstein werewolf, which is N21, I think his name.
Yeah, N21
or 22. M21 or 22.
It was one of those two numbers.
One of those, like, basically he's a werewolf man. Now it just keeps turning. It keeps going back to my head. Like, is there going to be like a mummy
at some
mummy
point,
man, or a freaking invisible man, like,
and then swamp monster or something like that? Eventually,
I don't think swamp monster is that popular.
He's probably not that popular, but he is definitely there. So we'll see where it goes because it looks like it's just mostly vampires, Frankenstein, and people that are able to take like super drugs to almost keep up with them, but not quite.
They just gotta train and get better at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is noblesse. That's still very weird to say. And then we can go straight to Digimon.
Oh my God, yes.
Bastards finally did it. The freaking evolution to War Greymon.
And this one I actually like better than the original.
They made him bigger. Like I kept going through the comments of that. I just kept rewatching the scene over and over and over again of his evolution because it was too good. And I just kept going through the comments. Like somebody mentioned of like how much they increased his size compared to the first one he showed. I'm like, oh my God, he did.
Well, like
he's so much bigger now.
Well, in the original, he was small because it was just like it was almost like a person.
Yeah, and then when they showed the size comparison of Taichi on his shoulder and then his head, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, they did beef them up.
Yeah.
He's a thick ass boy now.
But the last two episodes were definitely like builds up to the courage.
It was basically
between Tai and Agumon, basically.
Their struggle to keep everyone safe and just wanting to get stronger, and then which of course eventually led up to War Greymon.
Yeah. And everyone has their own thing to where it's like what their crest basically is what helps them get to that point. So I'm pretty sure something's going to have to deal with friendship for.
Of course, it's going to be about friendship. Like that's the whole point
for the next one. So we get to see Metal Garurumon and see that happen.
Garurumon, I can't think of all of them at the top of my head. Rosemon for Lily, right? Like
yeah,
that was her mega. Or that was her mega. Rosemon. Like I tried to look up some of these, but I didn't want to spoil myself too much.
Yeah, like the animation on this though.
The fact that some of the, like I mentioned before to you, the fact that some of the people who animated Broly and the transformations are the ones who also animated that evolution.
Yeah.
Which, of course, all that budget went into that evolution because, damn, was it worth it?
It was worth it. And just the way it just looked so good.
Oh, yes.
But
I wish the rest of the show was that high budget, but that's just not possible.
No. I'm just happy we finally got War Greymon after over and over and over of teases.
The tease.
God damn it. It wasn't even always, it was a tease and it wasn't full design. It was, I'm going to glow yellow. Here's my outline. And that's all you're getting. The
silhouette, yeah.
It's like, show it. Please, for the love of God, show it.
And then he did his signature move, which I don't think, like you said before, they never had a name before.
No, it just, anytime he did it, he would just raise up his hands.
Gaia Forza.
It was basically a giant sun, and then he would throw it.
Which I'm surprised that forest is not like blown to smithereens.
That or at least caught on fire after the after wave of it.
After he did that, the forest still looked completely fine. I'm like, are you kidding me? He just threw a motherfucking spirit bomb, man, and you're telling me that that forest still looks fine? Nah. Oh, before I forget, and they introduced a Lopmon.
Yes.
Lopmon. Which is very interesting.
I'm gonna be kind of curious on how that all ties in because she's just standing there staring at everything.
I get the feeling she will have a significant, or not gonna say significant, but some kind of relevance to her being around there. I mean, they keep showing her off, keep pointing at her for like whatever reason. But have you ever thought about somebody having two Digimon?
I thought about that theory, but the only time we ever saw that was Digimon Fusion. But he wasn't really a tamer to the Digimon. He was like he had a group, and they were able to fuse into like one big Digimon.
They were so you're saying that they were basically like one Digimon but separate.
Yeah, with one human.
So then that's my theory. Like, what if somebody's able to actually have two Digimon?
Then that would be pretty interesting because it's like, who would get it?
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what the relevance of Lopmon being there. I don't think it's spoken yet, has it? Yeah, it's not spoken at all.
It's literally just stood there with its mouth open at certain points and staring at War Greymon.
Stare.
But I don't know. I just can't get over the animation for the transformation. Because it's like it shows each individual part changing.
Yeah, that's why they went freaking full budget for that shit.
Like we're talking about metal arm, gun, the wings turning into the shields. Just I don't know. I got goosebumps.
Yes. I'm pretty sure a lot of people did also watching that.
At least all the War Greymon fans.
Hopefully, honestly, what I am a little concerned about now that they're kind of like speed throwing these evolutions a little bit, in my opinion. My worry now is that I don't want like something like War Greymon to start being like a clutch for every single battle now.
Yeah, that would get it pretty annoying.
Because then, if you're gonna start like keep showing off that form, it kind of feels like irrelevant. Like, why go to the other forms? Like, it's useless if you're just gonna keep going straight to War Greymon.
Well, like I said, like in the original, to get to War Greymon, he would fight. They would all fight all the way up to their super evolution, and then they would go back to their rookie level and then digivolve straight into Omega Champion or the Omega Champion.
Yeah, but that was like doing tough battles, right?
Well, like tough battles, and then like if they knew they're going up against a Mega Evolution Digimon, they went straight to it.
Well, yeah, depending on I don't understand it if they're up against somebody they just cannot win against, so they'll go into that. But I don't want like, and this is just coming back to like, I hate to say it, but this is going to be going back to Dragon Ball, how some transformations have just become this like clutch of a thing, and like it just seems so normal, even though it should be like this powerful transformation, but now it's just like a normal thing. Like, okay, whatever, I can do it whenever I want.
But it kind of seemed like that with every evolution for Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it was always like that, but now that's what I don't want for Digimon. I don't want War Greymon to always be like on every episode of Agumon always being a thing. Yeah. I don't want War Greymon to just always be there, like to be a crutch for every single battle. Like, that's definitely what I don't want to see, because then it'll be useless. Like, it won't be special, is what I'm saying. Like, it won't be a special evolution.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just have to wait to see. I can't wait to see everyone's Mega Evolution. That'll be amazing.
That would definitely be nicer to see instead of like the original where they only showed off the two.
Yeah. But that's good.
Last and final, Attack on Titans.
Attack on Titan. Nothing much really happened. It's just really more just
information at this point.
I did like Reiner's background and how him and the others just began the warrior race. That was very nice to see. And the fact, I think what threw me off the most before we get into anything else, the fact that they were able to destroy the first wall, Maria, in the very first episode, while they were still kids. Like, they were still kids, and they were still able to pull off their transformations, like, freaking amazing. Which is I guess that's what it takes to be a warrior.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
And we've been seeing that a lot through a lot of people too. It's just like whatever it takes, they'll do it to be able to do it.
It's basically for them is to basically like there's just this conflict of Malay of there'll always be the struggle of like the Eldians just being always these devil spawns that nobody trusts, but the fact that these Eldians and Marleyans, they have been brainwashed that and proven to themselves that they want to redeem themselves from the past history and do good by society. So they proved to the Marleyans that not all Eldians are bad. We want to prove ourselves. That's what this warrior program is.
Yeah.
For the good of Marleyan or Marley.
And then Kind of seeing the festival was kind of cool. That was
for
funny.
for the brief moment, yeah. And we didn't talk about the reveal of Aaron. Like that is Aaron.
So it is Aaron.
Yeah, it is Aaron. Like, which threw me off at first. I'm like, because he showed the green eye and he has the long hair. I'm like, wait a minute.
And he has like a beard. Like he has like a small.
He
beard
basically
coming in,
starts looking like his father, basically now. Like,
which is weird.
I mean, it's DNA, my guy.
Yeah,
We gotta look at our parents one way or another.
and we all do.
But
some point.
I think what I was confused about is, no, hold on. Let me back up. The fact that Aaron, I like this throwback that he called himself Aaron. No, he didn't call it Aaron. He didn't call himself Aaron. He called him his Cougar, which is the owl from like who Grisha met, and when he got the attack Titan from the owl.
Yeah.
Like who he was also named Kruger, which I like that little callback. But what I was confused about is that old man he was talking to towards the end. He was also named Jaeger. I was kind of confused. I'm like, is he like related to the Jaegers or like what?
I don't know. That one was a little confusing.
I might have to look that out. I might have to look that particular one more because I was just getting confused. I'm like, wait, why is he called Jaeger? Like, is he related to? I don't know. I need to do more research about that. But yeah, the fact that Aaron's there and then something's gonna happen with the festival because he mentioned it. That what happens at the festival, he has to go back home. So
Yeah.
does that mean that he's the only one there in Marley, or is the rest of the team also around and hiding? Who knows? And we got the appearance of the I'm gonna butcher this name, the Tibor family, which one of the I like how he hinted to the commander that the Warhammer Titan, yeah, he's here or they are here among us, and like they kind of like snapped a picture of each one during that scene. I was like, okay, guess who it is? And I have no idea. It could be any one of them, to be honest. I'm pretty sure if you've read the manga, you already knew straight up who it is. But I don't want to read the manga because this is already the final season. I don't want to really spoil myself at this point. I mean,
might as well watch it and then just be surprised when it happens.
Just be surprised. So now, but it is starting to look like the Warhammer Titan, and if Aaron does do a move, I'm pretty sure it's starting to look like they're gonna battle right there at the festival.
Yeah,
it's starting to look like.
I can't wait though.
Yeah,
the Titan fights are probably like the best part now. Even though I hate to say it's the best part now.
Well, there's been some moments in the series where just being on the Omni Gears and all that, like the ones with I think one of my favorite ones is with Levi Squad and with his uncle. Levi's uncle. Oh my god.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
With the whole pistols and all that shit.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the coolest ones they've shown, definitely so far for humans.
The explosive spikes were actually pretty cool too when they were fighting against Rhydon. Or the Armored Titan.
Reiner.
Reiner.
The Thunder Spears.
Those were actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then just like all of them coming in at once. That was just such an iconic scene at this point.
That was an iconic scene. I actually go back replaying that sometimes if I remember it.
Yeah. That one is, and the one where Leon just becomes a complete and total badass against the Beast Titan.
Leon?
Or not Leon. Sorry. So many names running through my head.
Well, which time? Which battle? When they were at War Maria? Retaking War, that's Levi. Yeah.
Levi.
Levi versus Beast. Yeah, Levi versus Beast Titan.
That was so good.
Oh yeah, no, that was definitely one of Levi's most badass moments. Can't wait for that rematch because we all know that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, for anime, I mean that's all we got so far.
Yeah, so if you guys know any new ones that we should try, let us know. and then we'll try to look up some new ones. I'm going to try to find like a website that shows us like new animes and see where they're going to be at so we could try and watch them.
Yep.
All right, so the last one, if y'all have not seen this yet, I would suggest not listening, but right. Cobra Kai Season 3 came out this month, and it was so good.
We binge watched 10 episodes?
Yeah, 10 episodes in a day.
Was it really 10 episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
10 episodes within like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, we started like at 12:30. Yeah, we started like at 12:30, and it was like 6.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So much. I don't even know where to get started.
Really just the whole season, because it's like,
well, yeah, like it's like, where do you start though? I mean, like, okay, season 2 ended with the big fight at the school, Miguel getting hospitalized and he's in a coma.
I guess we'll start with the school. It's just like
them back at school?
Yeah, just everyone back at school.
I mean, they didn't really focus back on the school. I mean, what they focused on school was the constant bullying on Sam and Dimitri.
Yeah.
That's really what they kept focusing on.
Well, it was just like also like with something like that, just the outcome of it, because it's like you had the school police 10 times fold, like security everywhere.
Yeah, now they got that whole security. Like that big fight at high school definitely changed a lot of things around. I mean, the security at school, the dealership partnerships, freaking going away from LaRusso, the almost cancellation of the tournaments, which was a pretty good one. So yeah, that affected a lot of lives for that fight.
And that was like in the first 8 episodes.
Oh yeah, that's basically.
Well, like to summarize it, yes, that was like almost the general outcome, and then it's like the infight.
I still like how the show still is centered around Miguel and Johnny. Yeah, I like how the show still like it centralizes about those two, because they basically started this.
Yeah, Daniel and Johnny.
No, Miguel and Johnny.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah. Never mind.
What's wrong with you? Like you can't think about it. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Yeah, it started with them two. It was cool to actually see, instead of hospital therapy, showing that it wasn't really working, and just having him go out and like fill the rhythm.
Johnny did all that he could to finally fix, not fully fix, but like get him back on his feet.
Basically, just give him like the confidence that he needed. So.
Yes, getting that confidence that he definitely needed. Good to see again.
What do you thought of the team up of Johnny and Russo for like that one episode?
Well, hold on, no. That's basically towards the end there. I mean,
that was the beginning.
Oh,
where they're finding
Johnny or Robbie.
Yeah.
Them finding Robbie. I knew it wasn't gonna last. I knew they would like break out into a fight as soon as possible. I mean, it was fun for a little. I mean, it was funny for a little while, but I knew it was gonna last.
Well, we knew it wasn't gonna last, but it was cool to actually see them work together for once.
Yeah, they've done it a couple times, but at the end of the day, they just have to break up fighting. But so this is definitely about Miguel's recovery, and now John Kreese is back at it again as the full-time villain, which I actually like how they as much as a bad guy he is, which makes me mad. I like the direction they're going toward. And he has his struggles too. Like, I mean, he was like in Vietnam. He had his struggles too. You get to understand why he is the way he is. It's just not. It's not healthy. It's not a healthy behavior.
No,
it's not a healthy behavior the way he's displaying everything. But you understand the background that he's from.
Yeah. And then
what I like about what they done with his character is that even though he's the bad guy and like he's just constantly being a pain in everyone's ass, I like how he's always like smart and ahead of everyone in a way. Like he's always ahead of people.
Yeah.
Like the way when the store owner came in to basically almost kick him out and he just beat the crap out of that. So I'm like, nah, I ain't going nowhere. Or the fight, or the one where the landlord, I'm pretty sure he was the landlord for Tori, which I'm assuming he was the landlord. He's oh my god, the transition of how he threatened about him, about how he threatened to do if she doesn't start coming to the karate classes, he might do something. And the transition of the finger to the sausage.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Oh yeah, that was so terrible, but so good. Or the fact that where Mrs. LaRusso came to confront him about the Cobra Kai, and then he already complained to the police first, and then put a restraining order on her. It's just details like this. I like how he's kind of like always ahead of them in a way.
Yeah.
So I like smart villains. I don't like the ones that seem like I like smart villains. I don't like villains that like oh my god, how am I gonna say this? I don't like villains that that don't think about it. Like when conflicts that these happen to these villains, like some villains, you know, they just write it off. It's like, okay, whatever. But no, I like how John Kreese actually thinks about these things ahead and makes a plan for it. But he's just always in this mindset that everything is a war to him now, which is not healthy. But you know,
No.
that's gonna be why Johnny and now Daniel are gonna have to team up now, because now it's gotten to the point where everyone is against John Kreese and Cobra Kai.
Yeah, and then before that happens, Johnny starts his new dojo.
Eagle Fang Karate. I mean, if it works, it works, you know. And
well, it's a name, but it was just kind of like it was funny to hear.
No, I think what was funny is that they're doing this in the park.
Yeah, that was even more funny. It's like, so it's free. Yeah, it's a public park. Like, you do whatever you want here.
Johnny's cluelessness of a lot of things, and especially technology, is still just is baffling me. Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh my god, and Ali's return. I'm so glad they didn't go. I was so glad they didn't just go into the route. It's like, oh my god, she's an ex. They're gonna get back together. I'm like, no, you got freaking Carmen. Oh my god, what's the last name of Miguel and his mom?
Yeah, but like that was even the thing. It's like Ali was even like, wait, there's someone that's making Johnny speechless.
Yes, and then she was there to support him. But I'm glad that relationship did not lead into a freaking relationship, because I'm like, okay, no, man, you got Carmen, man, and I'm glad that Johnny is sticking by it. He is sticking by Carmen and Miguel because that's the way it should be.
Yeah, and then
I hate how they almost hinted that the kiss at the freaking amusement park. I'm like, oh my god, no, we're not doing this shit.
Yeah,
we already got enough romance drama with the kids and all that shit. It was already getting corny and annoying as hell.
Yeah, and then when Daniel went back to
Japan,
yeah,
that's fan service at that point, which is it's the way you do it is the right way. Even though it's fan service and to the fan service and like a tribute to the movies, yes, it was done right. It was done right. Now I will admit, I barely even remember the first karate movie. I don't even think I even seen 2 or 3. I'm just gonna say out there. So when they kept mentioning these old characters, I'm like, but I do. When they kept mentioning these characters, I did not know their history, so. I was a little lost with them, but I'm glad that the show, you don't need to watch the movies to understand the history. Like, no. I like how they just give out these examples of what is going on with them.
Yeah, because I remember the second one, I actually enjoyed like them bringing back the villain. He almost kind of had that villain take still, and then it was just all a joke towards everything.
Yeah.
Like when he had Russo just like pinned down and had his hand up and then he just starts laughing. That was great.
Yes, that was very great. I like that. I did like how Okinawa, like with the village, just turned into like this modern freaking mini mall.
That was funny.
I'm like,
because he's just confused. He's like, wait, what happened to the town?
I'm like, modern nation, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's what it is today. I was not surprised to see it like that way.
Yeah, I was still expecting like the old town.
And that's where the term comes in, subversion, expectation.
Yeah. But then after all that, it's towards the end, we see old friends get back together. Then
Hawk's name. Oh my God. Why? I always come back to the name Hawk, but he has a name.
Well, they barely say it. They always call him Hawk.
Dimitri mocks his name, and he always says it, but I keep forgetting his stupid name.
Well, it's just Hawk became such an iconic name for him. So
yeah, but what is his name? Oh my, Dimitri keeps freaking like Nigel. Is it Nigel?
I think so. Here, let me look it up.
It's not. That doesn't even sound right. How did you feel about his transition back to good?
It was okay. You
don't think it was justified?
It was, but it was kind of like one of those, like, even from the last season, it's like that. It was like that torn in between himself because it was like he wants to stay with Cobra Kai, but it's just then at the same time, it's like
he started realizing the bad that he's been causing to people and how he's been questioning John Kreese's like teachings and lessons, which you can actually see in his face.
Yeah.
So he's definitely been struggling with an identity and whose side he should be on.
And just like who he was, because it's like he wasn't like that.
Yeah, he wasn't always just this bully freaking asshole.
And then it's like we see other friends get back together. Then it's like all of a sudden Daniel and Johnny's working together after that Christmas party because they were finally on the same page.
Yes, because now they have a common enemy. And that's just the thing. When people have a common enemy, they just always tend to like join in numbers for the greater good.
But I think it was just more than that. I think with Ali coming back, it was finally like we could finally put the rivalry at peace. And then after
for now,
well, I think it's gonna be for good, depending on how it goes.
Depending on how it goes, yeah.
Because I feel like it's gonna be good because like Ali finally kind of made them realize, we're very similar in a way.
Yeah.
So
like we're not that different. But
then it's like to end all this, it's like the fight sequence and the choreograph for it. It was so good. But then we're also seeing the technique of one full edit all the way through.
Oh, like we're starting to see that house.
That
like, long shot. Yeah, I like long shots.
We're just seeing those long shots more and more now, especially when it comes to fight scenes. And it's like if it's done well, like it was with this, and then like a few other movies and TV shows, it's like
I'm glad.
It just makes it so much better.
I'm glad that now more directors are utilizing long shots. Now it's so much better.
It definitely gets better. I feel like it depends on the fight though, because sometimes like
it depends on the scene. Like not everything needs a long shot. Like I understand the usage of scene to scene shots because it really just depends on the scene and like what kind of emotion you want from it.
Yeah.
Or not emotion, feeling. The kind of feeling you want the feeling you want coming from the scene.
Yeah, because when you do the shots, it's like depending on the angle and everything, just depends on what you're wanting your audience to feel with the character, especially during like fights and stuff. But
long shots still still appreciate it. Keep
Oh, yeah.
at it. We didn't talk about Robbie at all. Just his I would say downfall basically.
It was kind of like a downfall, but I feel like if Daniel and Johnny didn't do what they did, it probably would have ended worse for him.
But he's already in a worse position. Because since Daniel has, like, in his eyes, Daniel has failed him, and of course Johnny has already failed him as a father. I like how the mom is getting better. Oh my god, the mom is actually getting better.
Yeah, the mom's doing better.
I did like that, but it's just like I don't know how I feel about this like whole downfall of Johnny. Now he's starting to become the villain of both of them, and now he's on Cobra Kai. I don't know how. I guess it makes sense in a directional way. I guess it makes sense, but I don't know. Like,
I don't know. We'll have to wait until season 4, which is going to be, from what they're saying, the end of this year into the beginning of next year. Kind of like what this one was.
I think they heard that the directors do have an end game, and I think they have
2 seasons total.
2 more seasons after it.
So season 4, I feel like if they do a season 4, it's just going to be mostly training for the tournament. And then maybe the last season being everything about the tournament.
Really? I don't know if the whole season would be just about training. I think it will be like, training, and it will be probably like the struggle of working together with Johnny and Daniel, and it will lead up towards the tournament and just go from there.
Yeah.
Because the tournament, like John Cleese said, like this will determine if Cobra Kai stays, or like if I leave and Cobra Kai stays or not. That's what the tournament is going to be about. But what is the end game? Nobody knows. We just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Everything's still on hush-hush at the moment. That's really about it.
Trying to think back on the whole season. I mean, we basically just covered everything, every important part, That was a lot.
It was. But season 3 was good. If you haven't watched Cobra Kai at all, you definitely should watch all 3 seasons and get ready for season 4. Especially if you're a really big fan of the 3 movies. That actually stays tied in with all this. Since there was a 4th one. That doesn't really tie in with everything.
Is that the one with the girl being the...
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi
I saw a clip of that. I'm like, there was a 4th one? Oh my God, what the hell?
Yeah.
Hell?
Yep. There was.
Now I definitely have to look up these movies now. You should have them. Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I have them.
Yeah, you have them, right? Speaking of movies, I mentioned Cruise 2 because I did watch it last week. If you've seen Cruise 1, or if you're a fan of it, I say go watch. It's not like to me it was funnier. It was definitely, for me, it was funnier than the first one for sure. But it wasn't like anything like woohoo great. Oh my God, go watch it right now. No, it's nothing. It wasn't like that crazy of a movie. It's just good family fun. Put it on the screen. It's like on demand right now. Just put it on the screen. But for you to watch, it was fun. It was fun. Definitely animation and graphics definitely improved from first one, which almost every sequel usually does anyway. Definitely looked nice. It was definitely funnier. Plot wise, I don't know. They did allow tropes and what's the other word? Oh my God. They did kind of like checkpoints that a lot of animation movies usually do, especially when it comes to relationship. Like it's like I kind of hate these tropes. It's like I'm like, all these couples are lovey dovey, and then they got the breakup, falling out, and at the end it's like, I'm sorry, okay, we get back together.
That's how almost
that kind of trope, which is that's why it gets tiring, especially for these animation movies when they keep doing that same type of relationship trope. But It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't to write home about. It was just fun. I did like it. I mean, there was a lot. There was some. I didn't laugh at everything, but like there was definitely some funny, funny jokes that. Would I watch it a second time? I'll watch it like one more time if it ever comes to mind. But if you like the first one, yeah, you can definitely go watch the second one, and I think you'll have a good time with it. Hopefully, we can watch Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I would like to go see it.
Honestly, after going back to the theater, I honestly just want to go watch it on demand if it's on there because that was an experience going back to a theater
During all this.
Yeah, that was it's kind of a mess, to be honest, going back to the theater.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that if it's like that then.
Yeah, it's just that I mean, they got to follow their regulations and procedures. I get that, but it was just trippy for me. I'm like, I went to a movie tavern, and before the pandemic, I almost basically always went to movie tavern on the $5 Tuesdays. But the way they're doing it now is like, oh my god, it's just all these procedures, and it's just like it doesn't really feel right. It doesn't feel right to me. So like at this point, like if it's on demand, I will just watch it on demand at this point. Unless you have a really favorite theater you really like to go back to, go at your own discretion. But I don't think I can do that again.
Yeah, we check VRV or not VRV, Voodoo, because they rent out movies.
Yeah.
So we could check one of those and see how much it would cost to rent it out for a few days or something.
On demand for a cruise was like $20, so it's not too bad.
No, it's not too
bad. Compared to like the $30 one, which was like Trolls 2 or like Mulan, that was also on demand for $30. And I get that it's family submission, gotta get their money's worth, whatever. But
even then, that's too much.
Yeah, for like people like us, like individuals or like one or two people, yeah, that's gonna be way too much for us. Because we're not technically the target audience for some of these movies. But I did like how Soul did it. Disney's Plus Soul, they went completely free on stream. Which you're not gonna make as much money from that if you're just putting it for streaming. But we didn't talk about that Soul either, right?
We can talk about it next week.
Yeah, okay, we'll talk about Soul next week. Because that
one give us a chance to rewatch it and take some notes.
Because that movie was trippy.
It was good though. It was. We'll definitely say it was good.
Like I'll just say this now for that movie. Like the debate about was it really a children's movie? That's I like that debate.
Yes and no.
Because because it was even though it was kid friendly, like there was a lot of like adult and like themes and ideas that just kept going. Like, all right, we'll talk about next week. Or I feel like we'll just I blab too much,
which is fine.
Blah 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 blah.
But yeah, that's it. We're gonna start doing this every week now. We just took a small break for the holidays, spend time with family and friends. So we'll definitely be back on tune with this at 8:00 every Saturday.
Weekly's there. If you're watching this, man, hope you're still getting better, man. You hang in there, buddy.
He'll be back.
He has to be back.
He can't get rid of us that easy.
Even if we have to drag his ass here,
we'll drag him.
Like, God damn it, we started this with him.
Yeah,
we're gonna see this till the end.
But as always, I'm Lionel.
I'm Ghostblade.
And everyone stay nerdy.